Hey Georgia Tech, my name is Beau Bruneau. I'm a fourth year biomedical engineer and a semifinalist for Mr. Georgia Tech. First off, I want to say thank you for the consideration for Mr. Georgia Tech. The fact that I even made it this far is incredibly humbling, and I'm honored to even be making this video. When I started thinking about potential service project ideas, I tried to think about what were the biggest problems in our community. I didn't want to make a one-time event that made people happy for a couple of hours. I wanted a real service project that was going to make a lasting impact on our community. I think back to my freshman year. I had been dealing with my own issues and I had been internalizing them. Who cares about your issues? Why can't you just be happy like everyone else? Why would you go tell someone your problems when they're your problems? Why do I have so many bad days? It wasn't until I reached out to a close friend and they realized the extent to which I was struggling that they helped me find the resources that I really needed. I also realize now that I wasn't the only one in this situation. Last week I called a couple of my friends and role models and I asked them quite simply, what do they see as the biggest issue at Tech? They responded with things like isolation, lack of getting help, not knowing about resources, stigmas, all things that were surrounding mental health. But what I noticed is that these issues weren't about the mental health resources on campus, but about the culture surrounding mental health on campus. COVID-19 has exacerbated these issues. People can't even see their friends if they want to. Something's got to change. My experiences and those of my peers are not very different from others in our community. Yellow Jackets are the most independent and individualistic people across the country in our age group. When you go to career fairs, you hear employers say, I try to hire as many Georgia Tech students as possible because they never ask for help and they figure everything out on their own. In a professional setting, this is great, but in our personal lives, this is where our greatest strength actually ends up hurting us. The people I reached out to told me about their mental health stories, how they also didn't think that their mental health issues warranted the resources that Georgia Tech provides, and that they were also afraid to tell friends. In the 2018 Healthy Mind Survey, only 2 in 5 students that reported mental health struggles also reported that they reached out for help. There are so many times in our student lives that we struggle to reach out for help. We don't give our issues the credibility they deserve, and we let them affect us without dealing with them. We have resources to turn to in crisis, but there are times when the most appropriate form of care is simply the caring ear of a person we call a friend. That's where Be My Friend comes in. Instead of a hotline designed for emergency use, Be My Friend is an on-call peer support warm line that Georgia Tech students can call another trained Georgia Tech student for non-urgent matters. The benefits of the service are twofold. In the short term, students can talk about things like test stress, relationship drama, or other emotional stressors and get immediate support anonymously from a peer. In the long term, students will be able to identify when they really need help, and they'll be more comfortable asking for it when they really need it. If a student can make a call to a peer for a smaller issue, they'll be able to reach out for the resources that they really need for more serious issues that they cannot handle on their own. This isn't a completely novel idea. Across town, the Emory Helpline is an anonymous peer counseling hotline, very similar to this project. Also, Stanford University has The Bridge, a completely student-run and student-organized counseling center with 24/7 anonymous support from peers. Both are full-fledged counseling services provided by peers. Using ideas from these two models, I've developed a full plan to make sure that I can see this through to fruition. By the end of December, I want to collaborate with the incredible people I talked to of the Care Center, peer coaching at the Counseling Center, Healthy Jackets peer education of health initiatives, and a couple other faculty members to make a complete 12-week training program, similar to those in use by Emory and Stanford. Training would include things like basic helping skills, but also crisis response, just in case things rise above the subclinical level. In cases like this, a faculty member will be present to be able to facilitate the call to a more appropriate hotline and resource. At the same time, I want to recruit a minimum of 15 students to take part in this program. They will begin training the first week of January. These students will submit applications and essays for screening, and they will prove their qualifications throughout the entirety of the training course. By the end of the training program, I plan on having a team of trained students ready to answer phone calls and at least one faculty member. This will allow us to have a trial run in the last 4 weeks of the spring semester. At this point, I want to collaborate with SGA, Housing, the Mental Health Student Coalition, Active Minds, and other student orgs to plan the outreach and market Be My Friend. How is this going to be funded? I would like to take advantage of the Mental Health Joint Allocation Committee, Parents Fund, and SGA funding to help make this trial run possible. After that, I would pursue that this initiative becomes a part of one of the 4 main mental health resources on campus: care, stamps, counseling, and health initiatives. And then we'll be able to look at metrics to see how our student population is really doing. When are people calling the most? What are the things that are bringing people down? What needs in our community aren't being met? Georgia Tech has made significant strides over the past couple years in mental health resources, and this idea will help continue that trajectory. We have the problems, and we have great resources, but we just need the bridge to make them meet. Be My Friends offers immediate emotional support to students while also making them more comfortable asking for help in a time of crisis. This is a pretty simple idea. We should set up a phone so that students can call other students and talk to them when they need it for non-urgent matters. These are the things that change the culture. I often read the phrase, Georgia Tech is right along par with most colleges, when reading about the statistics of Georgia Tech's mental health. We shouldn't strive to be equivalent to other college campuses when it comes to mental health. We should strive to create the next, like we do in every other aspect of our community. Now, I know this is obviously an incredibly challenging project and there are a lot of details that need to be ironed out, but that's what Georgia Tech is all about. We propose challenging projects that push us out of our comfort zone, and then we say, we can do that. That is progress and service. That is Georgia Tech. Mr. Georgia Tech is more than a popularity contest or an involvement award. It's an opportunity to use a platform to create real and lasting change. Be My Friend has been proven effective in similar ways on other campuses, and I know that I can leverage the platform of Mr. Georgia Tech to make this a reality. Thank you again for your consideration, and please reach out to me with any questions. I know you probably have a lot, and I would love to hear from you. Unfortunately, I know this is a video format and it's not a presentation, so I can't just answer questions on the spot. So feel free to reach out to me right here in any way that you would like, and I'll get back to you as soon as you can. I would love to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much for your consideration, and thank you, Georgia Tech, for everything you've given me over the past 4 years.